for just over actually really almost 6 years, because I originally bought my package. Okay, so let's back up. I got a random phone call one day in November of 2015 from an acquaintance who was in the military with my ex-husband. And she was like, hey. I'm like, hey. And she's all, so I'm literally watching your life spin out of control. You're heavier than you've ever been. Your kid just went through 2 brain surgeries. Your marriage is toxic. I have something and you need it. And I was like, what is it?
Most people would like slam down the phone.
No, but I knew all this, right? Like my life had literally
You have to be really
spiraled.
close to somebody.
She was a good friend.
I was the most unhappy I'd ever been in my life. And she's like, I was like, well, what is it? And she's like, it's vitamins. And I go to my kitchen cupboard, and I'm downstairs, right? And I go upstairs, and I go into the kitchen, and I open up my cupboards, and I have every Costco-sized bottle of vitamin you could think. And I take a picture, and I'm like, I'm good. I don't take these because they don't work. She's like, I know. But you gotta trust me because you need this, and this is different. And so I just kind of sat there and we chatted for a little while, and she was like, are you ready? And I was like, sure, why not? What do I need to do, right? And she was that girl who was like, I need you to order as a promoter because you are going to help me hit my VIP bonus. And I'm like, what are friends for, right? And so I did. I ordered this $200 promoter pack about a week and a half before Thanksgiving. And then I'm so excited, right? Like I'm starting to see all these things online. And I go to my family's house for Thanksgiving, and I'm like, y'all, I found this thing, and it's called Thrive, and it's literally going to change my life, and I just started a business. And my oldest sister looked at me, and she said, I can't believe you just wasted your time or your money. That shit is never going to work. And so when my product arrived, I unboxed it, and I was so embarrassed and humiliated that I had just, again, made some random drastic mistake and decision, and I unboxed it and I shoved it in a cupboard, and I folded up the box and put it in the recycling, and it sat there for 3 months. So February of 2016 rolls around, and my son comes to me and he says, I want to go paintball for my birthday. And I looked at him. Now I wasn't working, I was at home taking care of a super sick child. I had no money coming in, and my now ex-husband was in control of every penny, right? Like I had to ask for gas money, right? Like that's where I was. And he looked at me as I looked at him, and he goes, it's all right, Mom, I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say later, but with you, later never happens. And he walked out of that room, and I stood in my kitchen and I sobbed because I knew he was right. And so I called up that girlfriend, and I'm like, all right, I got this stuff, what do I do with it? And she's like, put your capsules by your bedside, take them in the morning, very first thing. 20 minutes later, drink a shake, and do not drink that 2.5 pots of coffee loaded with peppermint mocha creamer that you drink every day. I was like, noted. Took my 3 steps. Day 1, it was easy. Day 2, I did the same thing. Day 3, I didn't take a nap when my little guy took a nap. I cleaned my house. I had music going. It was February out in Washington, and baseball season was getting started. And my older 3 kids came home from school, and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I think I'm good. And they're like, Mom, are you juicing or something? And I was like, I don't know what that means, but it sounds really bad. No, I think I'm thriving. And they were like, Mom's lost her mind. And they literally scattered like cockroaches. They were like, Mom's crazy. But 10 days in, my oldest daughter came to me and she said, I don't know what this Thrive stuff is, Mom, but you can never stop taking it because we like you again. You haven't yelled at us in 10 days, right? And so from that moment on, I knew that I would never ever stop thriving. So that was February of 2016. Convention is usually on my birthday, right? And so in 2016, I'm brand new to this, and I'm like, I'm going to Texas for convention. And my husband was mad. He's like, you'd rather go hang out with these people than your family for your birthday? And I was like, yes. Love you all, but yes, I'm excited. And that year at convention, I hit my 12K on my birthday, 3 months in, right? Like, that was a huge, huge moment for me. So fast forward to 2020. And Lavelle, like now, okay, so when I started, I was about 240 pounds. I'm 5'4". I would have not been able to get life insurance, right? Because I'd have been too short. Right? Sorry, that's a little insurance joke we talk about. We don't ever say we're too fat. We're always just too short. But Thrive decided to do this Ultimate Thriver competition. And at this point, I am separated. I am a single mom working about 60 hours a week. And I had this epiphany that if I could win, I think it was $25,000 was the first year. If I could win $25,000, how would that save my life financially, right? And so I also realized that if I didn't lose the weight, I'm all my kids have. And if I didn't get myself really, truly healthy, what if something happened to me? They would have nobody. And so I went all in, and I never won, but I was the ultimate thriver, right? Like I was double DFT'd, and I was no joke, right? You get the ultra camo and you get the black label on, you were like, ooh, nobody can stop me.
That's awesome.
And like I still drink. I call it my go-go juice, right? Like it's an Activate, it is a Blast, and it is a Circulate, right? There's over 3,000 milligrams of L-arginine in Circulate, y'all. Like that keeps you going, right? But halfway in that first 90 days, my back fat was gone. And I was so excited. I'm like, y'all, you can't suck that in. Right? Like this is really working. This is really working. You can't suck in back fat no matter how much you try, right? And so by the end of that first 90 days, I had made a huge transformation. And then summer came and it just got even better. Y'all, I went from like 240 pounds and in a very tight size 16 in February to by August I was in a size 6 and 148 pounds. Wow. Right? Like if you see the picture of the girl with the crazy muscles, the back flex, and she's got a little tiger, that's me, right? She got a little tiger tattoo. That was me, and people were like, how did you do that? And I'm like, I thrive. I worked out from home because there was no gyms open, and like my gym people are like, that is a huge transformation. So if anybody ever tells you that Thrive's not able to help you do that, I beg to differ, right?
Show her the tiger lady.
Go find the picture online of the tiger lady, like it's everywhere.
Is that hashtag Tiger Lady?
Not yet, but I think maybe we will. Right? Tiger Lady.
It might help. Tiger
It might help. But to say that Thrive changed my life, complete understatement, right? Like not only did I find a community, I found my self-worth. And I realized that I am so capable of so much more than I or anybody else ever gave me credit for, right? I would never, ever, ever stop this product, even if I never made another dollar off this company, right? I would never, ever go a day, unless I'm detoxing, without my Thrive. So the detox was amazing. I was one of those that I was very scared. I'm like, I haven't missed a day in almost 6 years of taking these capsules. Like, I'm the girl that when you have to go in for a surgical procedure, you bring your Thrive with you, and as soon as you wake up, you're like, I need my capsules. Nurse, I need a cup with some ice and water, because I gotta shake, I gotta mix up, right? Like, I'm that girl. And so don't do what I do, right? Like, maybe you're not allowed to take that after. But that's just who I am. So the detox, day one, I was pretty nervous, but I made it through, and I didn't even really have a headache. Day two, I had a headache, but I made sure that I meal prepped. Like, my biggest thing with the detox is you should never be hungry when you're doing our detox. You meal prep and you have healthy snacks because you don't want to get hangry, and you don't want to, it's kind of like you get to that point where you don't want to get past, because then you're going to reach for anything, right? You get that hangry level and you're like, whatever's just close, I need it. Day three, I think it was, I had this crazy pain in my hip, and like I have really bad sciatic issues in my right side. So I called Natasha and I'm like, Natasha, Like, I just had this crazy moment where I literally felt like I could feel stuff being pulled out of my joint. And she's like, Carrie, that's because you're really in tune with your body, and you probably actually did, right? Like, this detox was so fantastic. I was never hungry. I was never thirsty. I had a headache on one day. I slept great. By day 4 or 5, I was waking up without my alarm clock, and I was like, oh, I feel wide awake and just ready to take the day, even without my 3 steps. And through that 10 days, I lost 7.5 pounds and 11.5 inches. Right? Like, the inches were insane. I was like, is that right? You know? But yeah, every single product that we have is so much more valuable than what we actually pay for it. Right? And that's just kind of how I propose it to everybody. I'm like, look, you have no idea until you actually experience it. So with that, our Refer To program. Who knows about the Refer To program? Who uses the Refer To program?
All my people want to be promoters. I've got.
You're not allowed to be promoted yet.
Every
Darn
person
it.
that I have introduced to it has jumped in and become a promoter with me, and I have not yet gotten 2 customers to try for free, but I know I will eventually. It's take, you know.
So you're in team building mode.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
I feel like we're doing really good. We've been since October with our team. She's my best friend. She's the first one that started with me. But we have, I want to say the last time I looked, there was 17 promoters, 8 that were active and qualified, and we have like 130 customer profiles.
That's
beneath us.
fantastic. That is huge.
We really been pushing hard because we knew that, like, we've been told by our uplines that busy season is January through like April and March and May and stuff. And actually, Maria, you are our upline, one of our head upline. We were on your Zoom Tuesday with Lisa, and my upline is Lacey Wells. And,
Yes, Lacey
Yeah.
said she had people cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've been really pushing because we both wanted to go to Futicana. That just didn't work out. So now we're pushing for at least Thrive-Palooza.
Definitely,
Awesome.
definitely make it to Thrive
Don't
Palooza.
miss
It will
it.
literally change your life.
But we're pushing for it.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so our Refer To program. Doesn't matter if you're a customer or a promoter. Our customers refer to friends. We create them account under that customer's link, and then following month on the 2nd, they are going to get the average of those 2 orders in free product credits that they can then buy their own product with. And I mean, in Washington, we got taxed and shipping, right? Here in Michigan, we don't get taxed, which is amazing. Because out there, tax was like 10%, right? That's a lot of money. But yes, so when you can literally Thrive for free, use your credits, especially when the company does a promo, it's a free shipping weekend, perfect. It's really free, right? And the fact that our company allows us to do that with customers and promoters is absolutely amazing. Like, there's so many people just don't even believe it. They're like, that's never gonna happen. I'm like, just watch. Your husband and your mom are your customers. And on the 2nd of the month, bring them up and they're like, there's product credits. I'm like, I know, it's money. It's free money to buy your product for this month, right? So yes, Le-Vel is the most amazing company I've ever been a part of. The community is fantastic, right? It doesn't matter if you're near, far, in another country. There's always somebody who's gonna have your back and support what you have to say. So, thank you for letting me take up so much time.